The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today we're going to be conducting a features inspection of the next iteration of a hugely popular Candias lineup. It's a 60-foot cruiser with a wide-open interior the model lineup popularized, but now Cruisers is making it available in a flybridge version. But it's much more than the same model with a flying bridge dropped on the top. Join me as we take a look, starting with the swim platform boarding point. The swim platform includes reboarding ladders to both port and starboard under hatches that include handholds to ease the reboarding process. In the center of the deck are rails for mounting a cradle for storing a tender, and for launching that tender, the platform hydraulically lowers into the water. Just ahead is huge trunk storage with a hatch that opens electrically. The opening measures 6 feet 4 inches by 3 feet 4 inches, with inside headroom of 5 feet 1 inch. It includes dedicated storage spaces and plenty of hangers for organizing lines and other items. To the starboard side is the control for lowering the swim platform. There's even a freshwater connection for hose downs. The cockpit is accessed from stairs to both port and starboard. To the aft section, there's a U-shaped settee wrapping around a solid wood pedestal table. Hinged cushions provide access to storage. Ahead into port is a console with a hatch that can conceal an optional grill or provide standard counter space. Storage is below. 2 bar stools are against the all-glass bulkhead with the galley to the opposite side. A switch drops the glass down to create a seamless transition from the stools to the galley. The extended overhead of the flying bridge deck provides protection back to the aft seating. Stairs to the starboard side of the cockpit deck lead to the flying bridge, and it consists of floating teak treads mounted to a stainless rail. A handrail is to the left side, and we'd like to see another to the right. Let's go up and take a look. Starting at the aft section, there's a U-shaped settee wrapping around a teak pedestal table with flip-out sections for converting from a cocktail table to an actual dining table. Beverage holders are at the forward ends. This spot is well situated to watch the wake shrinking in the distance, and the expected storage is under the side seats. Just ahead are features that add immensely to the functionality of this flying bridge. To port is a cooler with storage underneath. To the center is an electric grill with a refrigerator just beneath, and to starboard is a freshwater sink with ice maker just below. Combined, this makes an impressive use of space as it allows a roomy flow through the flying bridge while increasing the functionality. Continuing ahead, there are lounges to both sides of the helm console, and recesses in the side of the helm station create a convenient place for putting beverage holders, auxiliary power, and USB inputs, along with a stainless grab handle. There's a trash container behind the starboard seat back, while storage is behind the port. Still more storage is under both seats. All this is under the protection of a fiberglass hardtop with LED lighting and speakers. It's held up with stainless steel stanchions and aluminum supports. Ahead of the helm console, and also ahead of the protection of the hardtop, is a double-wide lounger with flip-down armrests that provides what is probably the best views when underway. As we make our way to the bow, we have 18-inch wide side decks to both port and starboard, and rails to the sides of the cabin supplement the outboard rails for safety. At midships, there's an opening section for sideboarding, and the gate drops into a small pin to hold it secure when open. We also like the classy look of the rail supports all being angled forward. There's a large forward-facing bench seat with a pair of sun pads that convert to chaise lounges just ahead. Storage is to the sides of the bench. At the riser for the lounges, there are controls for lighting and a remote for the Polk audio system. A pair of pedestal tables complements the area, and we can still cross back and forth when they're in place. They store conveniently underneath the lounges. Under the sun pads is storage for the bow bimini and stanchions that provide some cover from the sun while still being able to enjoy the fresh air and views. On particularly hot days, there's also a side curtain that can be deployed as needed. Moving into the galley, we have a U-shaped workstation to port and a buffet area with refrigerated drawers to starboard. The wide open space is augmented with a high overhead of 6 feet 5 inches. There's a double basin stainless steel sink along with a 2-burner cooktop recessed into the Corian countertop, and covers have dedicated storage. There's good use of space with the overhead storage. Below the counters are refrigerated drawers and microwave with open storage in between. To starboard are more refrigerated drawers, and all of these drawers can be configured for any combination of refrigerators and freezers. There's also a dishwasher with bottle storage just above, and notice how all the drawers are self-closing. More of the overhead storage can be seen here, and here's a good time to notice the fit and finish with perfect joinery between the padded vinyl bulkheads and the wood cabinetry. We measured 7 feet 3 inches of counter space to the port side of the galley, and 5 feet 2 inches by 2 feet 8 inches of serving counter to starboard. moving into the salon, the single-level floor plan really comes into play. The salon consists of opposing seating with a 5-foot 3-inch sofa to starboard and an 8-foot 4-inch L-shaped sofa to port surrounding an expandable high-gloss pedestal table. There are excellent sight lines out the window, and opening windows to port and starboard provide ample ventilation. The sofas are upholstered in ultra leather, storage is underneath, recessed courtesy lighting surrounds the bottom. All decking is Shibori Jasmine Antico. Behind the starboard sofa, a flat-screen TV is on an electric lift. The surround sound system from Polk Audio is recessed into the overhead trim, and speakers are mounted for best engineered sound. Overhead is an upholstered ceiling with LED lights set in stainless steel trim. As we move to the lower deck, the foyer is wide open and bathed in natural light from the massive windshields. Leather-wrapped stainless steel rails 22 inches apart ease the transition down the solid oak stairs. We'll start our tour with the master stateroom aft. This beautifully laid out master is full beam with hull-side windows to both port and starboard. The king-size berth is center-mounted. Storage is below and to both sides. A mirrored headboard is flanked by custom tile work. A booth-style seat to starboard has a vanity to one side and open storage to the other. To the port side, there's a storage credenza with 7 feet of open counter space. A refrigerator eliminates the need to go up to the galley for an evening beverage or snack. As with the opposite side, the hull side windows includes an opening port light. All master stateroom blinds are electrically controlled. At the forward bulkhead, there's a 32-inch TV with surround sound system below and a stereo control. To starboard is the master head, and it features storage to the side of a large mirror. Corian counters with diffused basin sinks and temporary fixtures are just below, with 2 towel racks to the front. In the enclosed shower, there's a rain shower spigot with a separate removable wand. And notice the custom artwork that Cruisers does differently on every boat. Not just every model, every boat is different. Flooring goes from Antico to Flexi-Teak in the shower. As we head out, there's a set of upholstered doors leading to a large hanging closet with another hull-side window. Coming back out to the foyer, with so much natural light, we see to port a stacked washer and dryer along with a wine cooler and plenty of open counter space. Moving across to starboard, we have a guest stateroom with some clever innovations. It starts with overhead clearance of 6 feet 7 inches. An upper berth comes out 2 feet 5 inches from the hull side windows. A sofa is below, and here's where we see Cruisers' clever use of space. By removing the back cushions, lowering a support, and replacing the cushions, we create a double berth 3 feet 10 inches wide, dramatically adding to the versatility of this stateroom. The only drawback is cutting off the aft closet space, but small price to pay for something that will be utilized only during sleep time. Stow it away in the morning and the closet is fully accessible again. Across the way to the port side is the guest head that also doubles as a day head. This features the same fit and finish that we've come to expect. There's a separate walk-in shower and also a second door that leads to the VIP stateroom forward. This stateroom has the usual center-mounted island berth. The walk-in closet is past the main entry. We have natural light coming in from the hull side windows as well as the overhead skylights. Storage is both below and to the sides. Well, clearly a lot of thought and quality went into the build of the 60 Fly. It offers multiple gathering areas, exceedingly comfortable conversational zones, and an open floor plan with luxury accommodations for both the owners and guests, all with the quality of fit and finish that we've come to expect from the Cruisers Yachts brand. All wrapped up in the Cantia 60 Fly. And that's our full look. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.